Hi guys, welcome back to Miscellaneous Pleasures. Yeah, I do look a bit tired because it's very late. It's actually 12:13 on the night, and yeah, and my headphones, the volume has been giving some trouble. That's really been irritating, so I'm kind of pissed off at the moment. Nevertheless, the point is, I'm back with my reaction for the ninth episode of season one Dark. I'm actually going to do both reactions today because I do have the time to do that. Wait, I do have the time to do that, don't I? Yeah, I think I do. I mean, I do have a football match to watch, but that's at 1:30, and I'd probably watch this and that at the same time or do something like that. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, but I did plan to make two recordings today, and that's what I'm going to do predominantly. Uh, so secondly, the thing is, what happened in the previous episode? We had Ulrich, we had Helga, and we had the stone, and I did not say any more. Apart from that, we had Ulrich meeting Agnes Nielsen, his grandmother, the younger self of his father. He obviously also met H.D. Tannhaus, his younger self, but I mean, I don't really care about that. We had 1953. The whole episode was in 1953. That's something that I did not really notice. I mean, to be fair, there were some parts which were 1986, which had Stranger and the scientist talking about black holes, white holes, you know, how a wormhole connects three dimensions and not two, stuff like that. But as far as story goes, we had a lot of it in 1953. I am expecting some of 2019 in this episode, if not all. I'm not too sure how they are going to proceed with the story because I mean they have told already that Helga is the guy who had been kidnapping, and we know Noah. We know that Ulrich was the person who injured Helga when he was dead. So we do know all these things, but I don't know exactly how it is going to all come together, and that's what I'm expecting of this episode. Yeah. So without, and here is another thing, right? I don't think I'll be talking a lot after the episode. I have talked about 3 minutes before the episode now, and I'll probably talk like 2 to 3 minutes after the episode because I am slightly short of time. But the fact of the matter is, I am going to react to the finale as well right after this. So, you know, it's not like I'll be missing out on stuff or I'll be having issues remembering stuff. But I will note down all the things that I do watch in my diary, and if I happen to have something I do want to talk about at the end of the episode, I'll do that at the beginning of the first episode of season two because the same thing I'm going to do with the finale as well. I won't be talking a lot about the episode after the episode. I'll do that in the beginning of the next one because at that time I actually have a lot of time to talk about it. And then I can, mess around with stuff. So, having said all these things, I think it's about time that I actually started reacting to this episode. So, here we go. This is all set. This is all set.
Seit jeher rätselt der Mensch über seine Herkunft,
Mhm.
seine Entstehung. Von Gott geschaffen oder ein Produkt der Evolution?
Okay.
Könnten wir das Gestern und das Morgen gleichzeitig sehen? Den Ursprung und das Ende?
Oh, there's so many people.
In einem Augenblick. So werden wir endlich Antworten finden auf die größten aller Fragen.
Okay.
Was ist dieser Mensch? Woher kommt er? Was treibt ihn an? Was ist seine Bestimmung?
I mean, now it's just okay. That was a very different start to the episode. Right. I mean, it's funny how many people that we have seen in in this TV series, and it's just, it's remarkable, and everything is now. Apparently.
Was hat denn dein Mann beruflich gemacht? Er war Pfarrer. Aber ich kann nicht
What?
sagen, was er macht.
Wait, what? Noah is her husband? Wait. Noah is her husband. Then Ulrich is. Oh my god. Wait, what? I don't have time for this.
Ein Mensch. Manchmal glaube ich, ist es gut, dass er tot ist.
He's dead.
Und ich frei.
Wait, so Noah is not her husband, or is she lying? Or is he just metaphorically dead for her because they are probably estranged or something?
Er das Kind wegmacht. Noch bevor
I mean, they are showing a Noah scene right after this. It's just,
als es da war, habe ich jeden Tag gebetet.
what the hell, guys?
Weil es vielleicht nicht ernst ist.
Wait, what? Wait, Helga is not
Weil es vielleicht
his son? I mean,
oder so.
the father's son? Okay, this is just going to shit, guys. Like, I have to write this down. Noah, husband of Agnes. Okay. And Helga may not be burnt son. And what is this guy doing in 1953? At the same time that Agnes is in 19... Oh my god.
Wir sind alle voller Sünde.
Don't think this is good. Dude, you don't look in a good shape. Run. Fuck. Ulrich's not surviving this, is he? Wait. If time is not changing, and like if all of this has happened before, or like, you know, it has always happened, then I have a... I mean, how ironic is it that Egon hates... Oh, sorry, older Egon hates younger Ulrich in 80s, and he probably doesn't even know that he has met the older Ulrich when he was young. Unless, of course, he knows and that's why he hates him. That's a completely different story.
Wo ist Helge? Das waren auch sie. Die beiden Jungs? Das kann nicht sein. Die dürfen da gar nicht sein. Ich hab's geändert.
Oh, dude, you caused it. Welcome to time travel. Oh, that moment you know you fucked up.
Wird nie wieder töten können.
Dude, no, he's not dead. Hmm.
Wer das dem Bullen erzählt hat. Ich mach den fertig.
Vielleicht war es Regina. Ich meine, der Tiedemann ist ja ihr Großvater. Man sieht sich.
So, Hannah not only ratted them out, but also planted the suggestion that it was probably Regina who did it. I mean, that's just class right there. Wait, what is he doing? Both sleeve-eyed. Alexander Kohler. Wait, he is not Alexander, but he's taking Alexander's name. Jan 21st. Wow. I mean, of all the days to pick, how you pick Jan 21st. Okay, I don't understand this. He's hiding his gun and Hannah sees him do it? Oh, this is just. Oh, this is bad on so many levels. So Alexander is an imposter? Wait, where is this TV show going?
Die Welt hat so verdammt unterzugehen. Aber das hier, das ist unsere Arche.
Wait, did he just say this is our ark? And I am Noah.
Dann können wir alles verändern.
Dude,
Bestimmen wir das
Noah's Ark. Isn't that a. I don't know what that is, but I've heard of it a lot. Isn't that some Bible thing? I mean, I'm sorry for being ignorant about it, but isn't it something like that?
Alles neu sortiert, den Anfang und das Ende.
Wo ist er?
Uh,
Tu doch nicht so blöd. Ulrich, ist er hier?
Nein. Warum sollte er hier sein?
Du verlogenes Stück Scheiße. Wie lange geht das schon, hä? Ein Monat? Ein halbes Jahr? Oder länger? Ich weiß nicht, wo mein Kind ist. Und ich weiß auch nicht, wo mein Mann ist. Mein Mann! Verstehst du?
I don't know why I'm laughing. I just don't know.
Hier, das regt ja.
I don't know, is it because of her, the way she's talking?
Hier? Oder bei mir zu Hause? In meinem Bett?
Er ist nicht hier.
Like,
Macht dir das eigentlich Spaß?
how it's fun for me. For some reason.
Das Leben von anderen zu zerstören? Mein Leben und das meiner Kinder?
Ich möchte, dass du mir einen Gefallen tust. Ich brauche Informationen über Ulrich. Alles, was nützlich sein kann.
This guy? Oh, the eye patch guy is working for him.
In ein paar Tagen.
Okay,
Wenn alles ruhig geworden ist,
so that's his guy.
bringen wir die Fässer zurück.
Okay, I was wondering, like, what's up with the eye patch guy? Like, he just suddenly pops out of nowhere in an episode, like, for a few seconds.
Ich habe Arbeit für dich. Aber unter einer Bedingung. Du darfst nicht drüber sprechen. Mit niemandem.
Wann fange ich an?
Wait, there's going to be a song. I mean, at this point of time, I just know when it's going to come because for some reason they have put a song in every single episode, and most of them are good, so I don't mind them a lot. Yeah. So here we go. Oh, oh, wait, is he the? Oh, he is doing that door. I don't like this song. I don't like this song. It's irritating. Yeah, but Alexander was the guy who, well, welded that door so that it can't be opened. Wait, that's the stranger? What's he doing here? Oh, he's experimenting with the phone. Okay, that's interesting. Jonas, just a second. I need to write this down because there's so much happening. So Jonas, wait, he took something from the barrels, the yellow barrels, right? Okay, so I'm just going to write down yellow barrel. I don't know, it's just too many things to actually keep track of. And I'm making spelling mistakes right in the middle of like an important scene. I mean, this is the last scene of the episode, it seems like. This is like 3 minutes left. But Claudia was just in 2019 and she is in 1953. So is she also a time traveler then? Hey, Claudia is a time traveler. And she is giving the blueprint of that suitcase time machine? Wait, what? Okay, this is just okay. No, half the things I don't understand what's going on. Uh, okay, there is no way I'm doing the 10th episode reaction today because there's so much happening in this episode, like so much happened in this episode that I can't not talk about the thing because I will just forget it. Like even by tomorrow I'd forget it. And right now I actually have a football match, which means I can't actually do another reaction. Uh, wait. Okay, I need to find a place to write this down. And I'll get back to the reaction. Claudia, time traveler plus blueprint. Okay. 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 Right. Right. This was like a normal episode. Like, it had like only. I don't need this. It had only about I don't know. Oh, I actually forgot to unmute this thing. Never mind. It was hardly a scene, so I don't think it should matter much. Uh, so this episode was just like 50 minutes long, I think. It wasn't more than that, definitely. But it had so much information in it. Like, it almost had information of 2 episodes. And I felt like every single scene was slightly I mean, like, I don't even think there was a single scene which was not important or like wasn't good or like anything like that or wasn't engaging for that matter of fact. Every single scene seemed to have that certain something about it which kept your eyes on the screen. And yeah, very good episode. And to be fair, it is sort of expected from an episode which is a penultimate episode to the finale. I don't know if this felt like a penultimate episode, but I felt like a lot of the pieces moved around. And I mean, these essentially saw 3 time periods. And that's probably one of the reasons why I feel like this episode was like had so much information in it. Um, yeah, so beginning with, the first thing that I've written down is Conward and police. And that refers to that one guy who was talking to Egon, and I'm pretty sure I saw him in last episode too. Uh, so his surname was Kanwald, which means that he has to be the father of Ines. I mean, I don't know if this makes any difference, but yeah, it was interesting that they name dropped that. Uh, the next thing that I have noted down is Noah is the husband of Agnes. I'm not sure if he is because she first said that her husband was a pastor, but he wasn't a man of faith, which kind of holds true with Noah because I don't know, like, I don't know what a pastor is. I'm guessing it's the sort of like chief of church, not chief, but the person who handles the ceremonies and stuff like that. I mean, please, please forgive me for my ignorance. Um, but I think that's what it is. So that sort of fits with Noah. And Noah had a scene much later in the episode where he was talking to Helga, where he was like, God has no plan, there's evil, there is stuff like that, which means he's not necessarily a man of faith. So, yeah. But then if Noah is Agnes's husband, that makes Tronta Noah's son, which makes Ulrich Noah's grandson, which makes, well, we already know that Mikkel is the son of Ulrich, which means Mikkel is great grandson of Noah, which means Jonas is great great grandson of Noah. Oh my god. I don't know. I can't handle this. I can't handle this now. Certainly not family trees. Um, which, I mean, talking of family trees, I mean, literally after the scene where Agnes tells Egon's wife about this whole thing, about the pastor being the husband, not man of faith, we literally see the next scene, which has Noah in it, and he's talking to Helga's mother. And Helga's mother is talking about how is this a punishment or like what? And she mentions a line where she's like, he's probably not Bernd's son, and Bernd is Helga's father. So if he's probably not Bernd's son, that means, wow, that means a lot. That means Charlotte's husband is not a Doppler. Then who is the father? I mean, that's the second question. I don't need this at 1:15 in the morning or night, whatever. Uh, okay. The next thing was the irony. I mean, I did talk about this irony in the middle of the episode, the Egon Ulrich thing. We were like, I mean, we saw the first Egon Ulrich sort of thing in the third episode, where there was a certain confrontation, there were things that were said, and there was obvious, I mean, it was kind of obvious throughout the next few episodes. Egon hated Ulrich and that he actually wanted a reason to arrest him and blame him for something, even legally speaking, and not just like random. And we obviously see him talking to the younger self when he was released, Ulrich, from the rape charges. And then we obviously see in 1953 where Egon is, well, he catches Ulrich and he says a lot of things. So it's weird. I mean, does Egon even know, the older Egon, like he has captured the older version of Ulrich when he was younger? Like that would sort of make sense in a way why he thinks Ulrich is bad, because he has killed people in, from Egon's perspective, in Egon's past, Ulrich has killed people, which means, yeah, Ulrich's younger self would not be the best person, and even he is like, bullies Regina and stuff like that. So maybe that's why older Egon hates younger Ulrich. And obviously there was a line that was there in the previous episode where one person is talking to Egon and he says, if we could go back in time, I'm so sorry for yawning so much. When he's like, if we could go back in time, then we could capture the bad people before they commit a crime, and that sort of a discussion happened. So it's curious whether that's the reason Egon hates Ulrich, because he knows what Ulrich becomes. But then that would also mean that Egon knows about time travel, which I'm not sure he does. So That's going to be interesting. Uh, the next thing I've written down is Hannah and Ulrich. I don't know why I wrote down Hannah and Ulrich. Maybe I think I wanted to write down Hannah and Katharina because um, I mean the couple of things I've written about Hannah. There was obviously the Regina sort of thing that she said to Katharina. She sort of planted the suggestion that Regina was the person who ratted them out, and then she obviously saw Alexander. I shouldn't say Alexander. I think his name is Boris Niewald. So that guy, she saw him hiding stuff, and she took it from the hiding place and showed it to Alexander like 33 years later. I mean, wow, 33 years later. I can't believe that gun would still work. But I guess it's a TV show and these sort of things can be forgiven. There was obviously, we saw multiple shades of Psycho Anna in this episode. Like, we obviously also saw her lying through her teeth about Ulrich. Maybe that's why I wrote on Hannah Ulrich here. To Katharina about how he wanted to leave her and how he did not love her. These are all obviously lies. But yeah, uh, I don't know. I do like, I won't say I like Hannah, but I do like the idea of a Hannah, like the psychopath, not a psychopath, more like a sociopath, who is sort of brilliant, who can concoct these plans. And I mean, it's not just a person who was like this in their middle age, but also when they were a kid. So that's interesting. The Gretchen one, like, I don't understand what the dog is doing there. I honestly don't understand. Because Gretchen went missing in 1953 and ended up in 1996. Like, surely the dog cannot open doors and stuff. Like, that's something that I don't understand. Maybe the dog isn't Gretchen, but just a dog that looks like Gretchen. But in a time travel show, that's not happening. So it's obviously Gretchen, but I don't know how it is there. Uh, Talking of Katharina and Ulrich, they were like bullies of the highest order, and I'm not sure I like Katharina anymore. I mean, it does seem like she has a rough childhood where her mother is sort of strict and like abusive, probably physical abuse and stuff like that. But that does not give one the right or the like justification for the behavior of bullying. And I actually feel for Regina because I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I feel for Regina because she was getting bullied at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't like these two people at all. And in a way, I'm happy that Ulrich is like stuck in 1953 now, even though I kind of feel bad for him because he has lost people in his life. But then bullying is not accepted. Sorry. I understand this is 86, and I'm sure that that was sort of justified in those time periods and even before. But as a person watching this in 2020, like, I can't handle this. Not when I say I can handle this, but I can't, like, yeah, yeah, that's all about this. I'm not going to talk about more about this. I should have actually researched Noah's Ark, the gap. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's something related to their whole sort of Bible or something like that. I'm not sure if it's like related to Bible, but yeah, in the alternate tab, I have actually opened Google Chrome to search this. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, that was interesting how they. I mean, they probably chose the name Noah and then went along with this whole like. It does look like a. I mean, it's a machine, right? So you could call it an ark, I guess. Noah's Ark. Yeah, Hebrew is the vessel in the Genesis flood narrative. So yeah, I guess part of the Bible stories. It has something to do with Genesis and I don't know a lot of things. I'm not going into the depths of it, but I was kind of certain about it and I just got it clarified. Uh, right. I mean, we obviously saw Jonas doing something. Not Jonas. I mean, we obviously saw Jonas doing something. I said doing something. I mean, ignoring. What's her name? Martha. Yeah, the whole aunt and yeah, the whole essentially Jon Snow and Daenerys all over again. But then, yeah, I don't know if she could have probably handled that conversation better. But then, I mean, I'm saying this sitting right here, but in that moment, the way you're feeling, all of that, it's sort of a clumsy mess, I guess. So it makes sense. But then he did not really want to let go of her, and yet he knew that he kind of had to, after especially knowing the things that he does know now. So yeah, um, Regina sees stranger room, right? I don't know what's going to happen with that. Like, I'm sure that there is enough evidence in those walls to suggest that at the very least the stranger knows stuff about Mikhail's disappearance and about the boy's disappearance. Maybe that's enough for her to go to the police, perhaps, but um, maybe even suggesting scientific sort of anomalies like time travel or anything. I don't know. I don't remember what all pictures were there and how talented or how like interested in these things is Regina. Like if she knows stuff about this, then she'd probably figure out that there's time travel and stuff like that. But then if she's not really into those things, then he probably won't think of those things. Then I'm pretty sure there's at least some evidence to point that this guy knows about Mikhail and all the other kids, which is interesting if they're going to go down that sort of a route. Bartosz and Noah, right? They, yeah, Bartosz is I think working for Noah from now on at least. Feels like he did say that Noah's predictions came true, which means I mean Noah obviously did not predict anything. He just knows stuff about the future, and those things came out to be true, which is how I think he has recruited Bartosz by proving to him that time travel exists. And yeah, that sucks to be fair. That sucks because I did like Bartosz in the beginning. I don't want him to go into those sort of villainous sort of route. The next thing I've written down is Alexander welding. Like he's the person who welded the door shut. The door that I thought was the door for the blue room, but turns out it was just a door, which was actually would have opened to those barrels. And talking of the barrels, we saw a stranger using or going to the truck and taking out that test tube. I mean, I don't know if it was a test tube, but it was not a test tube. It was more like a, well, whatever it was. He just took it out from the barrel, that radioactive substance, I'm guessing. Uh, which is interesting. The most interesting thing for me from this episode, perhaps, was that Claudia is a time traveler. So she obviously figured out the time travel exists and started traveling, I guess, because she was curious, maybe. Uh, but the fact that she gave Tannhaus the blueprint for the machine is what interested me too, because is all he has, the 1953 Tannhaus, all he has is the phone. But then she has given him the blueprint now, and that's how he creates the machine. So yeah, very, 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 very in depth. Like this episode was filled with so much information. It was a joke, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this one. And yeah, that's all for this reaction, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will react to Dark finale tomorrow. That is 13th of Jan, and you'll probably see this by the beginning of next week, I guess. Yeah, that's I think what I'm going to do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.